Hey everybody, welcome to Grown Man Record Night, the one-stop shop for all your Friday night party time entertainment. And I've never been so glad to see a damn Friday night get here this evening.
Yeah.
Steve Fever joining us. We got Jay over on the side. We're doing big things here tonight in the studio. Lots of great...
We're burning furniture to keep warm.
Burn it. It's cold down here in the south. Now let me tell you something about it.
I know about it.
It's cold. There's some cold shit going on down here, and it's stuff that we're not used to, and
Not quite.
but it was really cold.
We're not known for that.
That's not really our deal. So anyhow, we've been combating that.
Were you out in it?
I was out in it this week, and I was combating the cold this week with good old music.
Okay.
Music records. That's how I use it to stay sane. Good old music records. And,
Nothing wrong with that.
No, sir. It's the first week back since vacation. I took like 2 weeks off. You took 2 weeks off.
Oh God, I felt like I was off for like 6 weeks.
When you came back, what did that feel like?
It was pretty rough.
It's rough business.
It's rough.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was
It's all right though. Kachanga.
all week's been.
We're flickering.
We're flickering a little bit.
Should I go play with it?
No, look at that. That's all right.
Just leave your sunglasses on. You can't tell.
Yeah, no, I can't tell. No, look, I still got the red and green curtains for Christmas,
Okay.
but
I see that.
I should still.
Are we in color?
We're in color. It's
So they're getting the full effect of your seasonal curtains.
seasonal curtains. That sounds sexually downstairs. 3, 2, 1. I don't know. Hey, be sure you, if you don't like our damn Facebook, our YouTube page, what the hell's wrong with you? 300 and some plus subscribers. Appreciate each and every one of you. Also, you can keep up with what the hell we're doing on our damn Facebook page. It's where all the magic goes. I don't post as much shit as I should anymore. I get bogged down with my own business, but that's the place to stay up with us right there.
You're doing a lot of grown man stuff.
That's where grown men's shit goes down. Every week, every day, every
3 times a day.
3 times a day. I only shit twice a day.
Do you?
I got a nice schedule worked out. Like the first thing in the morning, I'm getting ready to take my shower before I go to work. I got a good one brewing for some caffeine, and then as soon as I get home from work, it's time to release the beast again. And I really appreciate my schedule staying in tune with me. It's in tune and it's on time, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, fiber diet to stay regular? Or?
Yeah, I made this comment earlier this week. I'll tell you what. My dad had the talk with me, and he said, one of these days, son, you're gonna start liking girls, and you're gonna get hair in places where you didn't have hair before. That talk.
Yeah.
But never did he say, and one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna start taking dribble pisses, and your piss is gonna be like a leaky faucet at a Motel 6. And never was that in the conversation. I wish somebody would have prefaced me a little bit with that, hey, you're going to hit a certain age where when you get done taking a shit, the first thing you're going to need to do is stand up and take a dribble piss.
Or stand up and realize you got to take another shit.
Yeah, nobody primed me.
That?
Yeah, nobody primed me of that. I just heard you'd grow hair. Well, I done grown hair and we're flickering.
Flickering.
Jay, give us a little kachonga. There are signals flickering.
Do your magic, Jay.
Magic Jay.
Okay.
All right. No.
Now, good.
Yep.
Stay.
Give a little tilt down while you're there, Jay.
I don't know.
Little tilt down.
Show more of my boots.
Well, okay, not that far, Jay. Whoa. No.
Where are you going?
Okay.
That's terrible.
Okay.
You got Mike Bananas right in the middle of this.
Now you got to kachonga the
Now you
cable.
got to kachonga again.
Now you got to kachonga the cable again. See what happens, Jay? You see why I make so much money doing this?
We're going to have another meeting. Okay. All right, good. Stay right there.
Don't touch it. Move your hand.
Lift your hand. Step away.
Folks, this Debauchery is brought to you by
No,
Mitchell.
no, don't do that.
Don't touch it.
Don't do that,
Don't
Jay.
touch it.
You had it. You had it.
This debauchery is brought to you by Mitchum because Jay apparently didn't put any on today. That's why he's doing that.
That's why it stinks. It's your job.
That's why it stinks. That's a good one. See, that's all right. I wouldn't open with it, Jay. It's pretty good for the middle chunk. If he wants to save that for the middle chunk, there's nothing wrong with that. All right. What's been going on in the music world this week, Steve?
I don't know.
I'll tell you one cool thing.
A couple of birthdays we celebrated, I think.
Yeah. We got a couple of birthdays. I will also mention that today I woke up and saw from the official Aphex Twin Facebook page there's going to be another new album out. I mean, we just got Cyro out this past year, one of my candidates for album of the year, and I think he's going to release another EP later this week, January 20 something. Because I saw this morning. Check
Who is
this
he?
out.
Flaming Lips? Put out an album a week?
We waited 13 years for that one, and then like a few months later, he's got this EP coming out. Aphex Twin Computer Controlled Acoustic Instruments Part 2 with crazy graphic on the screen. This is what was leaked. I guess that's maybe the album cover. I don't know. But I want to send a special shout out to our good buddy Shane and our good buddy John, because even though I saw this on Facebook pretty early this morning, by the time I got done going through the news feed, both of those cats had sent me a private message and was like, hey, have you seen this shit?
Yeah.
So good looking out. They know how much I love the Aphex Twin, how much of a fan we are here on the program, and those guys as well. So that's very cool, man. We appreciate that. You talk about some birthdays. What the hell happened with some birthdays? We had some of that we'll cover in what we played. But
Cool.
they also Bowie's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, Bowie's birthday was yesterday. Shared the same day with the Big E.
Oh, the Big E.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about the Big E coming up.
Wow.
That was Costello.
Right.
Veronica. I don't have a beer, so I don't have a beer.
You got a beer right here.
What's that?
Check out this.
Oh shit! What is this?
This is our. It's a gimmick a week we got on the show. This is another.
You had colored speakers
Another
with
interesting
water.
item we got last week. We did the speakers. We got Cannonstein.
Cannonstein.
You could take a cheap beer, put it in there, and all of a sudden you got like a fine German stein of beer.
Are you kidding me? Where did you get this number?
It was a gift from the in-laws.
Wow.
We show this to the audience.
let's-
My mic will probably rip off while I do this. It always
Jay can do it.
goes down like that.
Real silver.
Nope, it's plastic.
Oh, it looks really cool.
So you put a PBR in
Pull
there.
the hammer back, Jay.
So you lift it and you got your drink in there. Just a can in a beer. Can in a stein, Cannonstein.
Cannonstein.
So you like Brust. And we're drinking Modelo's. It's Modelo's.
Yeah, das ist good beer.
Mexican beers are actually German beers, so it's a good German beer.
Ich trinke Wieland Pilsner von Fosse.
Okay. Der Krankenschwester of Wasser 9.
Okay. Shit, what the hell did I got on the rundown? I'm just feeling this out, everybody. Feeling it out.
Hey, we got viewers from across the border, don't we?
We got our good buddy Scott Cross is joining us from Montreal tonight. That's very cool, man. It's good to see Scott on. Hadn't talked to him for a little while. It's good to see him on there.
You never know.
Friend of mine.
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Wu-Tang Worldwide West Side. Okay. Hey, let's talk a little bit about, every week we play a little something from our free music archive. Is this playing?
I don't know. I can't tell. It's so quiet. It's like a church in here. Yeah, there's something going on.
Okay, there's something going on.
on.
So last week we went a little krautrock. Also this week we went krautrock. And I'll tell you, this is a kind of a random find I did on there, and I downloaded the shit. Boy, I wish I could pronounce this probably a little better. KG Alfeu.
Okay.
They're from Chicago. Was a psych free noise project that lasted only a brief time,
Well, then
but it
they're-
was productive time.
Then they are freezing their butts off right now.
Krautrock
KG
rhythms and
Alfeu.
aesthetics, psych jams, drones, and noise all exploded from this purely improvisational Chicago 5-piece. Band featured members of the Auroras, Piss Piss Piss, Mon Mon Mon, and Escapolero. Don't know what the hell that is, but also be sure to check out Free Music Archive for music that you've never, for free music that you've never thought about trying. Or
It's good.
Yeah.
You might find something you really like.
I only heard the first couple of tracks as we were just getting set for the show.
Drink to that.
We'll drink to that.
How about?
What is that?
Well, this looks like something we got. It says the 2015 Golden Globe Awards. You can tune in Sunday night on NBC, I guess, if you want to watch that.
NBC, folks. That's where you want to tune in. Get a little closer, Jay.
Golden Globes.
Get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
So yeah, let's drink a little.
So we got some actually. They sent this in, helping to promote the Golden Globes.
They sent us jelly beans.
I thought it was Golden Globes water.
This
Steve.
is.
But Golden Globes.
I actually got some good old popcorn Sutton.
They didn't send to Grown Man Record Night a special package of moonshine to promote the show.
They didn't. No.
I was trying to bite the bit in there. See, I was trying to embed the bit, and then everybody shoots it down. I don't know.
So smooth.
Oh.
Isn't that good?
Oh.
Isn't that good?
Tastes like old cream corn. That back end, you got that cream corn. I tell you what, that popcorn something. My
They
slobber.
said this ain't no sipping whiskey.
It ain't no sipping whiskey.
That's the real thing.
One of my favorite quotes from Popcorn Sutton, it says that there's all kinds of different whiskeys you can brew. He's like, there's loving whiskeys, and there's fighting whiskeys, and he's like, you don't know what you got till you get it. And then you know, when you brew it, you know, it either turns into like, you know, people hooking up all over the place. I'm paraphrasing here, of course. People end up hooking up and screwing all over the place. Or next thing you know, you're even your buddy. You're like, what you looking at? Next thing you know, you're rolling around the ground. It's fighting whiskey. You just can't help it. It's just the way that the earth tells you to move.
The way the corn releases.
The way the corn releases, the way the water and the earth and the corn tells you to move.
Okay.
We're a slave.
That's
to
very
it.
that's very religious. That's very
I'm
spiritual.
just telling you, man. They're just telling you what to do. What are we doing?
I don't know. What did we play tonight?
Let's talk about what we played. And if you know, folks, we've incorporated what we played in with our dig of the week. So we'll mention some new shit.
Kind of fun.
It's kind of fun. So we don't have to wait till we get done doing the show to play digs of the week that we've never played before. We'll play them early on, and then and we'll just bring them.
We'll get to some of them.
And we'll bring them up while we're talking
Whatever.
about
We'll
it.
get to it.
It's free real estate. So you know, the last couple of weeks, I think I mentioned this last week. I've been. It's been really bothering me that the core of Grown Man Record Night is really built around the foundation of a great funky ass jam, and I've been really slack about playing real funky jams.
Yeah.
Where we first started, funk was the core of this shit. Funk and jazz were kind of the core. Rock came later on, you know, but it was more about the jazz and the funk. And I've been real slack because we had some great roof shopping cart.
Okay.
Great rock records to play in the past few months. So we've been slack on jazz and funk, and I was like, I want some funk, man. So the very first record I played tonight was a group called Sun. It's Sun, Force of Nature, and look at these guys on the front.
Oh, man.
This was a blind funk buy for a couple of bucks I made a long time ago, but look at those guys. Get a little closer, Jay. There you go. Look at those guys.
Have you listened to this record before?
Yeah, oh yeah. I don't think Cameraman gave me this. Cameraman gave me one Sun record, but look at that.
Seiko.
But yeah, I had to just take a shot on this.
That's a new way of doing it.
And it's man, it's fantastic. It was great.
I'm sorry I missed that. I didn't get here too.
Yeah, I should have played this a lot more often. I will say the last track on side, we played side one. Last track of side one was the slow jam.
Of course.
And I was chilling Mellow Theologian at that time. He was one on, and we were talking about funky, some great analog synths.
You piss him off.
No. Some great Fender Rhodes stuff going on here. So let's just sit that. We've already showed it. We can sit that down somewhere.
Quit showing it.
You show it, Jay. Show it. This was something I left on the table from some night. I don't know what the hell. It's my copy of Black Sabbath Paranoid. Cover damage on spine. Album is VG++/X. Now this is the U.S. pressing. It's on the Warner Brothers. You know, it's not an effing Vertigo or nothing, but sounds great, man.
What side did you listen to?
Side 2.
Yeah.
Started with Electric Funeral.
Time is where pussy, you gotta believe me.
Vertigo European.
European, Jay.
UK.
That's UK, and yeah, everybody's after that. But I don't pay a lot of money for records.
I like the label.
I also try not to pay a lot of money for that muffler. Jesus Christ, 2012.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay a lot of money for this muffler. Followed that up with a little Cal Collins cracked rib with the Steve Schmidt Trio. I bought this for $3. It's on the MoPro label. I think it's 85. Yep, I'm right. Somehow I remember that.
That record surprised me. I saw when you bought that, I thought that guy's a goofball.
Yeah, and it's
The cover's weird, but
I bought
that's
it
a good record.
because of the picture on the cover. Get super tight on that, Jay. On the picture. That's a mug right there eating some ribs and some fries. Okay? Now, ribs and fries, two of my favorite things, and it was in the jazz section for $3, and so I bought it. And what it ended up being is some really fantastic guitar jazz. Really smooth. In the spirit of some Wes Montgomery or Kenny Burrell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that type guitar jazz, but it's like 85.
Got the Gibson and the octaves and the
Bridge pickup.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But you always take a risk when you find a jazz album and it's 85. There's some out there that's like, oh, even if it's a great jazz artist, and then you play it.
like George Benson.
Yeah,
He's a good example.
There's some other ones. Even I've got a Donald Byrd on Blue Note,
Hey.
and I'm like, whoa, dude, and I play it. And I'm like,
I've got a Dennis Coffey
yeah.
that I was
He gets disco.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah, he gets straight disco.
Dennis Coffey is funky as all get out.
Stanley Clark.
Stanley Clark's a
I
good
saw a
example.
Stanley
George
Clark-
Duke is a good example.
George Duke.
Sorry, George. Whatever.
There's some albums where they're good baby making music, but we're not going to play.
Want you, sweet baby.
We're not going to play it on the program.
Oh,
I'll
come
tell you
on.
that now.
Maybe one night we ought to have something else other than Grown Man Record Night.
Baby making night.
Like this kind of night.
That made me feel funny. I don't want to say that.
We could
anymore.
put like porn lights in here.
No. We're not gonna do any of that.
Okay. Valentine's special maybe.
Valentine's.
Let's talk about
There's
that
an
in
M.
the meeting next week.
We can do that. We got a pre-product. We got a little Big Joe Turner, great rhythm and blues. This is a compilation on Bulldog Records I picked up. Love Joe Turner, or Big Joe Turner.
He was kind of a behind-the-scenes guy in St. Louis, and then steps out and does his thing.
Kansas City. And he's known for the
Kansas City.
Kansas City shouting style of blues, which a lot of people
Almost
kinda
like
emulate.
a Howlin' Wolf kind of thing. That kind of.
He was a shouter.
Yeah.
But that's good stuff.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's great stuff.
I've been meaning to play that record for a couple of weeks now, and for some reason it kept getting lost in the fray, which happens. Now you can tell me a little bit about this, and I'll tell you this may be the first time we pull up this graphic for the evening. This is the damn dig of the week.
What is that? Oh, yeah. This I picked this up yesterday. Actually, I was stopping by one of our local bookstores, used bookstores.
Yeah.
Sells records, and I came across Leo Kottke.
Love Leo Kottke.
6 and 12 string guitar.
Cameraman is a big fan.
This is from 1969. This is his
Early.
best known album. Some people call it the Armadillo album, if you notice, and show the cover and show the label. It's a really beautiful label too. It's what is that label?
With a label on the actual record.
Yeah, the middle label on
On the record, yeah.
the record. Just be careful, it's gonna fall
Record
out.
album.
That's Tacoma Records, and it's his second record. He was born in Athens, Georgia, of all things.
Really?
I had no idea. Not that matters. He's a.
It matters to you
People
now.
say he's from Minnesota. He lives there now, but polyphonic style, just playing 12-string, a lot of
killing
slide guitar, killing it. This album was recorded in about 3.5 hours. He started with the first song and played to the last song.
A good telltale sign is in one of those songs he breaks a string.
One of the strings breaks and they
You
just
can
keep
hear it.
going. You can hear it and pops and
That's crazy.
It's just a great.
That's a man after my own heart.
record.
I didn't realize that much about that record. I've listened to that mostly through what Cameraman really likes. He's got some Leo Kottke records. Actually, he's got one that's really good.
What I found funny, and I had the CD on this, so when I saw the record, I had to have it. I was like, I know what this sounds like. I got to have it. But the liner notes has some great descriptions of the songs, and the one called Vaseline Machine Gun, which is the second to last song we heard, it says, "For waking up nude in a sleeping bag on the shore of the Atlantic, surrounded by a volleyball game at high noon."
Sounds like a Chips episode.
So
but when he sings, there's some albums
nah,
where
he
sings.
doesn't sing here. In fact, he described his singing as
suck, because it sucks.
Geese farts on a muggy day.
Fair enough.
Geese farts on, and this
that sounds like something
the record labels were pressuring him to sing, be like John Denver, be like James Taylor, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. You know, if your gift is playing like that. Of course, he ended up with tendonitis and ruining his hands, and he had to change his style of play. He went to a more classical style.
You know what my response to that was? The record labels were pressuring him to be like those guys. They were pressuring me to be a stage actor when I was a little kid.
And what did you do?
I don't know. You're looking at it. Hell, I don't know. That's what happens, folks. You know. All right. Hey, keeping with the dig of the week flavor, because this is something I actually picked up today. I was able to go up to the store for a little bit today, and picked up this damn beauty right here from one of my favorite jazz, fusion, funk kind of guys, Jimmy McGriff Tail Gunner. This is 77 on, what label is that? Lester Radio Corporation.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you what, this is really funky. I love Jimmy McGriff. It's really funky.
It's good.
But it gets a little bit into that disco flavor of things.
But you know what? It stays funky though.
It stays funky in the way. This is the best way that I can describe it. So people were actually talking about this on the
That's mine.
on the stream. Was
The bottom.
that it was it sounds like Chips, and that's perfect.
It's exactly what it
That's
says.
perfect.
Yeah, that's the best disco can get. Right?
Disco, but the root of it is funk. It just has that boom, ta, boom, ta, boom, ta, underneath it. So, really stoked to get that. We played the first sign. It was smoking all the way through.
In fact, you did a little mashup, I think.
Did a little mashup toward the end. Or you did. At the end.
To get us out of that.
And I'll tell you this, Metal Theologian was kind enough to send us some cool records, and he included this one, Having Fun with Elvis on Stage. It's a talking record, talking album only, and he says this is the worst record he's ever heard in his entire life. Be warned. And I'll tell you what.
It was entertaining in a weird way, though.
It was.
Happy birthday, Elvis Presley.
I'm not an Elvis fan. I don't like it. Today's Elvis's birthday, right?
No,
Or yesterday.
Yesterday.
I'm not the biggest Elvis fan. Actually, I kind of enjoyed
But
playing.
we know an Elvis impersonator.
We know an Elvis impersonator.
The ladies love him. I tell you what, it's so funny to see people around him.
He's a Christian man,
He
but all
does
these
really
old
well.
Christian women
He also
really
does
want.
really well in the retirement community.
They like looking at his junk for some reason. That's all right. Why are all these commercials on the Watchmen thing?
I don't know. I never hit play. It's playing something.
This is Under the Hood.
I don't know. But
Yep.
this is not Under the Hood. This is something. I don't know what this is, guys. Sorry.
I don't know. We're talking about over in the Atari alcove.
Classic driver.
It was earlier. Okay. Also, another dig of the week coming from the girlfriend for the
It
holidays.
didn't pop up. You tried to pop it up.
No. I popped it up earlier. We're in like
good.
several in a row.
Yeah, we are.
But I'll do it again.
Won't do it.
No, I'll satisfy everybody. Dig of the week. I'm a man of the people. God damn it. First Deftones album, Adrenaline. Girlfriend gave me this. First time I busted it open and played it tonight. Sweet. It sounds fantastic. Produced by Terry Date in the mid-90s. I've got a great story about this particular album. The first time I ever really heard the Deftones, the first song that we played, Bored, I heard it on 120 Minutes on MTV. In the middle of the night, I was asleep, and the song came on, and I woke up. I'd never heard anything like it. I sat straight up in bed. I had a little notepad to the side of my bed. I picked up a piece of paper and a pen, and I wrote Deftones. Sounds like Metallica / Nirvana. Because I meant like it had heavy riffs, but it had like a guy singing kind of weird, kind of off-key-ish. And that's the only way I could describe it in the middle of the night. When I woke up, I'm like, wait, what was that again? I went over and looked Deftones. I was a big fan from that point forward. More about the Deftones lately. Steve, what the hell we got going on here?
Well, it's another dig of the week. This is Blues Magoos. This one's called Electric Comic Book, and this completes my desire to own the Blues Magoos albums. The first 3 albums are the ones to get. Of course, everybody, the one you really want, Psychedelic Lollipop, the first record.
Yep.
This is the second album. It came out in '67. It's mono press on Mercury.
Nice.
Called, like I said, Electric Comic Book. And we heard a couple songs off of it. I think one on side 1 plus the song Gloria. A really nice cover of Gloria. Gets kind of Pink Floyd-y, kind of trippy, in there. Not their best album, but a good album nonetheless. I like it a lot. It's a band from the Bronx, by the way, in case you didn't know.
What? I'm not going to talk about this yet. I can't do it. I can't do it yet.
Okay.
Just tell me about this.
It's what we play.
It is what we played. It's coming soon.
Well, we finished out on the tables before we went to the disc, a little something that you won't talk about, and then we played a little bit of the Meters.
Yeah.
This is their self-titled debut album. This is an original on Josie Records.
That's the OG.
This was a gift from a friend.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It's got Sissy Strut, one of the most... Was it
Quentin
Sissy Strut?
Tarantino.
One of the most ripped-off songs, for samples. Our Sophisticated Sissies on here. Here comes the Meter Man. Just a really, really great album.
That whole album
This is an
fantastic.
instrumental album.
Yeah.
They do other albums where they sing. I got that other one, The Fire on the
Fire on the Bayou.
Mine's a repress.
75.
Yeah. A little more New Orleans style. They're New Orleans bands. Some of the Neville brothers are in the band.
Sure.
Great record. Great record. Really good to have this.
You can't go wrong with the Meters either way around.
No. So, you want
Okay.
to talk about some other stuff?
Yeah, let's talk about. You got some other.
You want to go into dig of the week?
Yeah, let's go on to
Because this is week 2. This is like part 2 of
All right.
for what I dug over the holidays. I didn't want to bring all that stuff last week because it was like too much. It was
That's
too much.
Too much score.
Too much score. I didn't leave unless, I didn't do a whole lot of digging until the end. It was Christmas and I wasn't out there to spend money. I don't spend money on myself, which is bullshit. But anyway, I did score some records. I'll go ahead and mention I'll mention a few, and then you can talk about some stuff. I went to one of our little
Yeah, keep going.
one of our digging holes that we frequented, and I picked up this compilation. It's called 24 Groovy Greats.
Yeah.
And it's just an incredible lineup of songs on here. This is...
Who put that out?
Well, it's...
Damn it.
It's from Telerad Incorporated Hollywood Album Center.
What?
Yeah.
You made that up.
No, I didn't. And the weird thing about this is it's a family that's somehow associated with either recording industry or broadcasting or something. And he had a son and a daughter, and they had tastes in music, and they decided they wanted to put together this compilation or something. And these are the songs. But the songs are great. It's like Little Eva, Locomotion, Tommy James, Hanky Panky, Shimmy Shimmy Cobob, Little Anthony.
That's cool stuff.
James
man.
Brown, The Drifters.
Damn, dude.
Dixie Cups, Coasters, Drifters, Ramsey Lewis Trio.
What?
Ike and Tina Turner. So, yeah.
Dude, somebody had some good taste for making a compilation.
Oh, great taste.
That's great.
I will say that I think the quality of the recording is, it's almost like they work in a radio station and they grab the tapes and then they made a record from it. So it's like mixed down. It's like a great mixtape.
Sure.
On vinyl. But it's fun to put on if you're not too worried about, oh, that's not the most high fidelity. That you put on a good, what you doing there, blue light? What was that blue light?
Special.
Okay. All right. This is a weird one. This was sealed when I got it. It's called Schnitt Aucht.
Really? What?
Yeah. Subhuman Minds on Magi Records, I think it's
Is
called.
that a German press or?
Yeah, it's from 1990. It's a 12-inch single. It's very almost I want to say Kraftwerky,
But later maybe?
krautrock. Yeah. Yeah, it was like in the $2 store. Everything's
A
$2.
12-inch?
Yeah,
like a
12-inch
single?
single. Yeah, it's a
Still
12.
cool.
It's nice to
They
have.
is that from the D?
Yeah.
They have a lot of crazy sealed 12 inches up
Yeah,
there.
they do.
I've bought
They
some
do.
great hip hop.
This one happened to be
sealed
in
stuff
with
up there.
with the others. How about the Godfather soundtrack?
Yeah.
I picked that up.
Is
at
that the one
same
on
place.
Pickwick or is that the real?
No, this is the Paramount Records.
Okay, I've got one I think it's on Pickwick that's like
So-
songs that are like The Godfather.
No,
or
this is
some kind
this
of
is
crazy.
the
Made by Canadians.
Yeah.
yeah. But I was glad to have that. I'll say one more real quick.
Sure.
This one, same price, $2. It's like a triple album box set with a book. Keith Jarrett
Yeah,
concerts.
man. Wow, that's cool.
Keith Jarrett is a classically trained, like a jazz pianist.
Yeah.
He played with Art Blakely. He went on
Yeah,
to play
a
with
lot of
Miles
cool stuff.
Davis. Played on some of that electronic stuff, and then afterwards swore off playing electronic instruments
If it
whatsoever.
was late 70s, early 80s, and you had a lady over and you wanted to be cool about it, you were probably putting on Keith Jarrett.
There you go.
You're in the bargain bin,
It's in the
Jay.
bargain store. Yeah, it's in really good shape too.
How many records you said it
Keith
was?
Jarrett's
3?
interesting. You know, he'd play on stage, and if he thought people were being rude, like taking pictures, he'd stop and say, "Quit taking pictures, quit taking fucking pictures," and he'd cuss them, and he'd walk off the stage if they, continued to be a-holes to him.
Huh.
And he'd call call a lady an asshole for doing something while he was trying to play or something. So, ballsy guy. I like a ballsy pianist.
Yeah, a ballsy pianist.
Was that Elton John?
You only hear it here on Brooklyn Record Night. Ballsy pianist. I won't start the whole show over. We'll keep going. Because ballsy pianist, there's nothing wrong with that. You me talk about a couple things I picked up?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. I picked this up today up at the store. Underdog Records in Winston-Salem. Picked up John Mayall USA Union, VG Plus, 1970, 71, I believe. Now this is there's a weird story with this job here now. It features Harvey Mandel on guitar, Larry Taylor on bass, and Don Sugar Cane Harris on violin. Recorded July 27th and 28th, 1970. It's only 2 days. Released on Polydor the same year. Apparently this was a band he got together after he kicked a bunch of mugs out. And it was kind of a development of his sound after he kind of, Mayall kind of reinvented his sound a few different times with a bunch of different artists, and he was kind of known for that. And I think this is his all-new American lineup. He pursued like a jazzy blues experiment that he documented on the Turning Point album.
Mm-hmm. You and I both had that record, I think.
Yeah. Unusual format. It had electric guitars, and Mandel played piano and harmonica. But this is kind of an evolution of that kind of shit. It was kind of going on down the line. It's still pretty early, and it seemed to be in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Mayall fan, so I think it's something I didn't have. So I think that's a
I
great.
saw him in Savannah.
Did you really?
He had an outdoor festival.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't a music festival. It was like just an outdoor
Did
party.
he have just some jobber studio musicians with him, or somebody legit?
I don't know who he had with him.
I mean, I'm sure even.
And I'll be honest with you, at the time, I didn't know much about him. I knew who he was, but
Yeah.
I didn't know much about
Say
him.
jobber studio musicians.
I did say jobber.
What are they, pro wrestlers?
Yeah.
The Monkey Brothers?
Thunderfoot 2, because Thunderfoot 1 was legit, but Thunderfoot 2 and 3.
Jobber.
I'm telling you, one of the best comments I've ever gotten from a viewer of the show was after a couple of times watching this show, somebody was like, I detect a certain Mid-South wrestling vibe to this show. And I'm like, man, I don't think if anything ever truer has ever been spoken, except for what's in the Bible.
Again, Mid-South Wrestling.
I don't know. I mean, if you guys want to get serious about it, we'll get fucking serious. The need.
Speaking of Mitchum,
never
are
greater.
you wearing your Mitchum?
Switch them to Mitchum.
Do you need Mitchum on a cold, cold night? I don't know if you sweat much.
You do sweat much because it's really cold, but you have to wear a lot of layers, and then underneath all those layers, you can do a lot of underarm sweat.
I think Mitchum will help keep your body heat in. I think you should cover your body in Mitchum on a cold, cold night.
You probably should. Get over your nips.
Seal yourself.
Do a little extra sealage right over your nips. Both nips. Get a couple back and forths. Just to create that seal.
Until it's red?
Until it's red. You can make a place if you want. Hey, let's talk about our T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Looky here. Our Bossman brought back from Rochester, New York. If you've never been to the Record Archive.
Archive Records.
Archive.
You're right, Record Archive. I'm stupid. Too old.
He also sent this pamphlet. I always say this, and it's all here in this pamphlet. Record Archive has been a music and entertainment destination in Rochester since 1975, specializing in vintage vinyl, and our recently expanded store also includes all the latest music releases, as well as unique gifts, toys, vintage clothing, and furniture, T-shirts.
Yeah, record store.
Yeah. He gave me a pamphlet. Hold that up. He gave me a
This is the
pamphlet
place last year he came back with boxes, right?
of CDs.
It was like a grab bag kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like
You didn't know what you were going to get.
Grab bag of CDs.
Yeah. There was some good stuff in there. There was
Yeah.
some weird stuff in there.
There's some good stuff, some bad stuff, some weird stuff.
Their address?
What's the address?
33 and a third, Rockwood Avenue.
Aha.
33 and a third.
33 and a third, Rockwood Avenue.
Okay.
I think they made that up.
So check them out. Hey, speaking of that, here's what we call a segue into business, folks. He also sent this over to me for my birthday, which was last Saturday. Here's what we have: some Glen Rose Spirits Apple Shine.
Oh my God!
It's an apple brandy. It says so. Basically, this is an apple moonshine from New York.
I'm not drinking another shot of that.
New York.
New York.
It's got a cork
I will
in
say
it.
something. Oh, it's apple brandy. It's not moonshine.
That's what it said.
I mean, but the folks we know up in the mountains who make moonshine, they also make apple brandy. They have apple trees. They do it really well.
I think this is cute that these New Yorkers are making moonshine. I'll be honest with you. This is cute. It's like
There's a lot of good apple farmers up there.
It's like
I'm drinking this instead.
it's like watching a woman
You
play
can have this
football.
if you
It's
want.
cute, you know. She knows where the tight end lines up. Ain't that cute? Said huh?
Don't forget the 2015 Golden Globes this Sunday on NBC. The pre-shows, the red carpet pre-show starts at 7.
52's the mic.
4 Central.
52's the mic.
Okay, what are we drinking to?
White 90.
We're drinking to White 90 New York.
Actually, we'll say Green 18.
How about to the Record Archive?
Green 18. Oh. Space course. Horse to horse. All right.
Put that cork in her.
Yep. All right.
I like the jug.
Yeah, it's a cute representation of the jug. I was telling those guys, if you've ever seen the old jug with the thumb hole in it and the XXX on it, you know, the proper way to carry that is you put your thumb in it,
Yeah.
and you carry it over
Swig
your
it up.
shoulder so you can do this number. And they were like, what? I'm like, yeah, that's what that's all about. But
Okay.
I ain't no damn.
You're learning good
Ain't
American.
no damn Yankee know about that now.
Good
Hey,
things
where my
about
tactical bandana?
Americana. How many records you got there?
I got a couple more. You got a couple more?
I got a couple more.
Bust it.
Okay, I'll bust a couple. Couple more. I picked up. I believe it's the same. No, I got this from Jonathan
Okay.
at Underdog.
Underdog Records.
This is
Park Street, Winston-Salem.
Get Together, the Youngbloods. This is their first album.
Okay.
But this is a reissue. Came out and they retitled it "Get Together" because that was the big song that was on here that everybody knows the Youngbloods for. You know, come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody. This is '69 reissue. It came out quickly thereafter. They were trying to ride that gravy train, trying to make some more money with the Youngbloods.
Jay, what's that song on Nevermind that Kurt sings that before?
Gotta get away, a better way, a better way.
Better way, yeah.
Better way. You know, the funny thing about Get Together, when 9/11 happened,
Okay.
Clear Channel.
Let's just take this show way on down.
Clear Channel made a list of questionable songs and sent it to all their radio stations. I don't know if you want to play these. I don't know if they said don't play them or what they said. These are a list of questions. And they put Get Together by the Youngbloods on it, which I was like, they're just telling people to love one another.
Anything by Cat Stevens.
Sure.
And anything called Inside Job.
And Soft Cell.
Oh.
Hey, you see where I'm going there?
Okay.
How about another one?
Yeah.
Another reissue.
Okay.
This is the Quicksilver Messenger Service. Shady Grove. I think it just says Quicksilver, and it's called Shady Grove. This is like their third LP. Came out in '69. It's a good record.
69.
Not their best, but I like Quicksilver Messenger. Another San Francisco group like Jefferson
absolutely.
Airplane.
Played a lot of shows with the Dead, I believe.
They did. Love the band. You know, they had what happened with Quicksilver's. Their first album was pretty great, but actually before the album came out, one of the major members got busted for drugs, and so it kind of messed up the whole thing they were doing. They went on and continued to have some success, but I think it kind of limited the success they could have had they not gotten that little clip, because I think they got hounded a few times by the San Francisco police.
That's right. But man, if you think about it in context, a show where Quicksilver Messenger Service was like the openers, they're a little more rocky. There's real psyche, but there's much more rocky. So you can have a couple of beers and blah, blah, blah. But then by the time the Dead comes on, maybe you do a little something else. Mm-hmm. And so it's a better, like, later night. That'd be a great concert experience. Quicksilver and right into the Dead. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just talking out of my age.
Another quick one. I'll just throw this one out there. I picked this up yesterday at that bookstore. And everybody, you know, most people who like them got it already or whatever. This is a real nice, clean copy of Deja Vu.
I've got a couple, but neither one of mine are super clean, really.
For Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
This is the album that we when we went to the Hillside. Merlefest.
There's Merlefest every year. The Waybacks do it's called the Hillside Album Hour, and they don't tell you what album they're going to play.
Go back and watch that. You guessed that one this year.
Yeah, it was Deja.
You got it right.
It was Deja Vu. Yeah.
That was great. They did a really good job with it. Go back and watch those episodes if you've not seen those, where we're trying to guess what they're going to play, and then we actually go to the show.
Go to Merlefest. Yeah.
And watch me give away a ticket and still get the
Robert
crown
Earl Keen.
somehow.
Robert Earl Keen's going to be there next year. This year.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Okay.
What else?
Hey, a girlfriend actually got me this. It's still sealed. Borscht. If you've not seen Searching for Sugar Man, you should.
Yeah, it's on Redbox, I believe.
Now, if you're not familiar with the story of Sixto Rodriguez, I'm not going to get too far into it. Dude was kind of released an album and got popular in South Africa.
Guy from Detroit. Dennis Coffey played on his records, by the way.
That's true. So what this is the original soundtrack, which what it is it's tracks from his two albums, Cold Fact, and what's the other one called?
Yeah,
the other one, the second one. And it also has some tracks on it that weren't on either one of those. Great psych folk kind of stuff. This guy was supposed to be the next Dylan-ish kind of guy.
Oh, he's good. He's really good.
Fantastic.
It's a
great story.
It's a great movie.
It's a great story. It's a great movie. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. Tell me a story about records, Steve.
What? You're going to throw up right now, so you want to talk? I was just going to tell you the name of that second record is called Coming From Reality.
Coming From Reality. So Cold Fact and Coming From Reality. So it's got tracks from both of those, the big hits, plus a couple
I have those two records, and then now you have that.
Yeah, that's a good compilation.
So you have basically a compilation of those two records.
Yeah, between the two of us, we got it pretty much covered now.
So you said there might be some stuff on that record that's not on the.
Yeah, there's some tracks that are unreleased that they released just on the soundtrack. So that's what I'm saying. Between the two of us, we've got both albums plus unreleased tracks.
We got it covered.
We got it covered. We got you covered.
How about here's a band. I've seen them in the stores.
Yeah.
I've seen them in some of the cheaper bargain places and whatever, and I've passed not really knowing much about it. So I finally bit. Jonathan had this, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna try some mandrill.
Okay.
Mandrill.
I don't have any of that.
Reminds me a little bit of the meters, except more
Really?
Afro-centered, not New Orleans-centered. There are a lot of New York folks.
New York.
But they're formed in Brooklyn. They've been sampled by hip-hop artists like Public Enemy, DJ Shadow, Kanye West, Eminem, and others. They combine funk with many other styles like Latin, salsa, rock, blues, and soul. Some of the stuff gets kind of slow. This is one good if you want a one-off or two-off. This is a good record for that, because then it gets into that kind of baby.
Every good funk record has a slow jam on it. It's just it's a rule.
I'll give you a funkadelic or two.
Well, no, I've got some too that are funk all the way through, but
it's for the most part
common. That's common though.
Yeah, it's
Are
okay.
they related to the Mandrill sisters?
The Barbara Mandrill, I don't think so, but I'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll bust this one out. Compliment to what we played earlier. Not only did I get the first Deftones record, Adrenaline, I got the second one, Around the Fur, which came out in like '97, I believe. Still sealed. I've not busted this one open. Girlfriend hooked me up with this one. So now I have the first one, the second one, and White Pony, which I've been playing I play it on the show all the time. Which are a lot of the Deftones records are good, but now I have the first three, which to me, in my musical mind, are essential.
We were commenting on that that when you played, we thought, me and Jay kind of agreed, we thought it sounded a lot like the band you were in.
That's true. I'll have to say, growing up, especially, Deftones were a major influence on me and how I played guitar coming up. Drop D, metal riffy kind of stuff, and just creating unique riffs out of that structure and stuff that you could sing over, you could scream over, you could get kind of rappy over, because we're talking mid to late 90s. So we got those elements all coming together. They were a big influence. If you take like Deftones and Helmet and that style of play, Korn even, that had a lot to do with a lot of the bands that I was a part of at that time. And we grew and evolved, and by the time it was 2010, the stuff we were playing, we're also incorporating the thick, heavy metal sound of that kind of stuff, but very progressive stuff that you would hear in like Tool and other bands. So I had the heavy stuff plus the proggy stuff in there, and I didn't realize that it was proggy at the time, and now that I've become like Mr. Record Collector guy that looks at the Matrix numbers. I look at all the Matrix numbers. Now I realize that it's kind of proggy. The stuff I was playing was proggy. I didn't know I was a proggy guy.
You're breaking some time signatures up.
Yeah.
And doing whatever.
We never played anything in 4/4. Everything was off. Everything was off. And I didn't realize at the time, but that just means I'm a proggy guy.
So I got one more.
Yeah.
I got this one. It was I had some credit for Amazon. I was like, I'm gonna buy a new record.
Yeah.
Or not new to me.
Nude.
So I love Radiohead.
Sure.
I know some of you don't. Whatever.
No.
This is where a lot of the old Radiohead, earlier day guys kind of walked away. They're like, you guys are getting too weird or whatever. This is Kid A. This is the sessions they did with Kid A and Amnesiac. This is the first one that came out after that. This is the first album after OK Computer. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So OK Computer is the breaking point.
Kid A and then Amnesiac.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So Kid A came out, and it's very electronic. But it's great. This is just like Amnesiac that I have. It's 2 10-inch records, nice thick.
I wonder why they did that 10-inch thing.
I don't know. It's just gimmicky. I don't know what it is, but I like it. But you got to get up a lot more often and change your records.
That's true. I mean, wider grooves, better sample rate.
Sure.
It's kind of like having things at 45. I've got that Queens of the Stone Age record where it's a set of 3 10-inches, and when I bought it, I'm like, this is so fucking cool, man. 3 10-inches, and the artwork's great, and the quality of the vinyl's great. But then I'm like, then you come to the realization, and there's 2 songs on every side.
Yeah.
So you better be standing the F in here, so you can change it over when you want to. I mean, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Piano,
But I'm real glad to have it.
Piano, piano.
I think it's one of their best. I do think it's in the top 3.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and I got one more record. This record, very rarely do I do this shit, folks. I mean, really. You know me. You know me. Very rarely does a record come out on Tuesday and I go get it that same damn week.
Did you know?
This is an album called from Mike Patton, who's one of my musical heroes. If you know old Mikey Bananas, you know Mike Patton is a major influence in why I breathe air and decided to just keep breathing air after a while. And Anthony Pateras. And it says, and Mike Patton and Anthony Pateras investigate murder of place to bring you Titima.
I don't know if the E is long like it says it is.
Titima. And the name of the album is
Titima Geocidal.
Geocidal. Came out on Ipecac this year.
You can tell us what Titima means.
I'll read what I got for you, folks. Titima is a new duo project from Mike Patton, Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Phantomas, Principal Zorn interpreter, and Australian composer pianist Anthony Pateras. Geocidal is an audio caffeine injected direct into your eyeballs, recorded across half the continents on the planet. This record investigates the murder of place. Okay? That's heavy. The murder
deep
of place. Do borders even matter anymore? Should we even leave the house? Is there any specificity left in its generalization cesspool of culture, or is the tidal wave of digitally fueled apathy swamped any sense of tangible individuality? Titima,
murder of place,
demand another universe to this one and have built one especially for you.
Okay.
Whoa, baby.
Pretty deep.
Boasting a 12-piece all-star cast of incredible musicians featuring special guests. Will Guthrie's on this. Blah, 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 blah. So this shit is like big orchestral. It's noisy. It features the dynamic vocal range of Mike Patton all over the place. It's all over the place. Plus, it's kind of weird and out there. Kind of like that electric.
Well, you played. This is actually in the what we
That's
played.
That's part of what
stack,
we played.
And you pulled it out because you didn't want to talk about it.
I didn't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. It says, to us...
So you heard it.
To us, it sounds like two maniacs in their respective studios having the times of their lives, rebirthing some of the most insane songcraft this side of godforsaken Miley Cyrus worshipping millennium. So stop liking cat JPEGs, stop drooling into your phone, and listen to this freaking record. It will literally rewire your existing perception of sonic possibility, although that's probably underselling it, featuring absolutely gorgeous drawings from Sydney, blah, 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 blah,
I think
blah.
you should probably put the headphones on and listen to it.
I picked up the headphones for a few seconds and was pretty...
You look scared.
It was pretty damn incredible.
You look scared.
It was incredible going through the headphones. Now, that's the way to do a lot of these. When I get a new record, I listen to it and I'm like, yeah, man, that really sounds... Oh, man. That's what I always do. And sometimes you'll be like, oh, that's really bassy. Put on the headphones and be like, oh, that's really bassy. It'll kind of either it'll confirm or deny what you think about a certain pressing of a new record or whatever. Sure. And nothing's better than when you're like, man, this sounds really good, because we got some good speakers in here. And then you put the headphones on, and then you're just like, whoa, holy shit. That's one of those records. So it's really cool to pick this up, and glad to pick up a Mike Patton record the week it comes out, because that's just super, super, super effing cool. So we're finishing up this dig of the week. And what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick commercial break here on Grown Man Record Night, and we're going to come back with a so to speak and a chip chat. So everybody stay tuned with us here, and we'll be right back right after this.
There's a great new taste you can't put down. Conn's corn dogs, they just hit town. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Conn's hot dogs and cornbread, heat and eat. It's a meal on a stick that can't be beat. Hey, Mom, we want Conn's corn dogs. Corn dogs. Get them at your everything that I know. My buddy and me like to climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends it could be. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My Buddy from Play School.
Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
Home is full of lots of things that children shouldn't touch. Home is full of bad things that can hurt you very much. Now there's a man whose face is green that you ought to get to know. He'll warn you when danger's coming fast or slow. Get to know his face in every single place. When you see it, you'll know quick. Things marked yuck make you sick, 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 sick. Mr. Yuck is mean. Mr. Yuck is green.
You're hot. You're hot.
Oh, and all of a sudden the bandwidth goes low as soon as we do that.
Wow, crunchy.
Yeah, okay, we're jumping into a soda speak. I tell you what, we got a. Tell me about this soda, Steve.
Man, what-
I don't know nothing either.
What is there to say?
Boss Man brought this to us.
The company is Fentimans.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on the bottle.
Yeah, that's all I
Okay.
do.
I didn't do any homework.
You know the odd numbers are in the back of the book.
Dandelion and burdock.
What? Come on.
What is burdock? This is fermented botanical dandelion and burdock drink with ginger extract.
Get out of here.
Show them the bottle.
You're making all this shit
This looks
up.
like old school stuff. It may be something weird, but
Get closer, Jay. Real close. Easy. So
we
let
got
it sit.
extract, we
Let
got
it sit.
burdock, we got
5,
fentanyl.
4, 3.
Pull out, Jay. Pull out.
Too late. He had a kid. Grown Man Record Night is brought to you in part by
Fentanyl.
Showbiz Pizza, where a kid can be a kid.
On 109, you pull it.
Call 788. Okay. Fentanyl. So let's give this a day. Fermented botanical dandelion and burdock drink with ginger extract.
Are you worried at all?
It's got cane sugar. so-
Dandelion wine.
yeah. All right. Canteen swill for the masses.
It looks like grape soda. What?
It tastes like one of those things, those wax things you would put in your mouth as a kid. Where it's got juice inside of the wax thing and then you chew on the wax.
Try it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Everybody's doing swill. Canteen swill. It's like a soda and they forgot to put the it's almost a licorice.
Yeah.
There's a
But you know,
almost
you know what I'm talking about? The wax things?
yeah, oh yeah. The bottles, the wax
Yeah.
bottles.
Yeah, so you bite it. That's what it tastes like to me.
No,
No, it's not.
it tastes like a soda, but it's like
9.3 fluid ounces. Come on, guys.
9.3 ounces. It's
Can you anti-Palestine us out of any more soda?
cane sugar, pear juice concentrate, glucose syrup,
If anybody got that
ginger
joke.
root, dandelion infusion, burdock infusion. That's a good band name, Burdock Infusion.
I don't know what that means. That's an interesting. That's one of the more unique sodas we've ever had here on the program. I'll have to say.
I don't know what to think of that. It's almost
Bossman
like
brought this from New York.
it's almost like
New York.
two flavors are trying to fight for position. You got like almost like a cola Dr. Pepper fighting with
Yeah,
with like a
licorice
licorice thing
or
going
something.
on. Ah.
But none of that is very carbonated.
No.
So it's not like a.
I will say you try this soda, you'll be talking about it.
You'll be
We're
talking
talking about it.
Oh, you'll be talking
We're
about
talking
it.
about it.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
It's a good Super Bowl soda.
A Super Bowl soda.
I'll tell you why it would be a good
think-
Super
you
Bowl
think it'd be-
soda
you think we-
because I'm going to be on call for the Super Bowl. So Mikey Bananas is not going to be able to drink for the Super Bowl.
I bet
My turn.
if you,
My turn.
I bet you could take this soda and make an ice cream float, but don't use vanilla. Use some kind of different kind of ice cream.
Why don't you take that eggnog ice cream I have home?
I don't want that.
I don't want it. No. Ain't no Aaron's tape around here.
Food
You
line.
want it? You want that
It's a
eggnog?
food line.
That's good. Okay, so that's a good soda to speak. It's a very unique soda. I'll have
Yeah,
to say. That's
very unique.
That's unique.
You
So
should give that a try. If you can find it, good luck.
let's go into chip chat. I got an open bag special because I was afraid I wouldn't have enough food on my stomach for this evening. Got the Tostitos Cantina traditional.
These are so much better than regular Tostitos.
It's a yellow corn Tostito. That's
But-
why. Thick.
Some of the chips are big and long.
Straight out of the restaurant.
I'll tell you, Gray, you can bring this right behind you. Because I also brought this. Tostitos Queso Blanco dip. That's my go-to dip. Go extra close, Jay. There you go. That's my go-to dip. I'll be honest with you.
I just noticed two guys holding that something together.
2 guys. I don't know what to say.
It's like two guys doing like that.
It's good. Open bag specials, good.
Yeah, it is. It's a good way to keep your tummy full while you're filling it full of alcohol. What else? We got a couple things from Boss Man. What's over here?
I don't know. You said grab something, so I did.
All right, grab one. Let's see what it is.
All right. How about from Wegmans? We've heard about Wegmans being like
Yeah.
the greatest store ever.
It's like a Walmart, but with like it's like a Walmart and a Harris Teeter mix.
They got a little
Southern folks.
line of chips called Get Poppin'.
Is
I'm
it
assuming they
popcorn?
pop these, but it's a crispy potato snack.
Okay. So it's still potato.
I know it's a potato.
Okay.
Our food you feel good about Yellow Banner is your shortcut to great tasting products with no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. So the Wegmans family's given us a pretty clean chip here.
What's their family got to say about it?
We're talking, potato starch, potato flour, barbecue,
I tasted one of my organs when I burped up.
seasoning, rice flour, and salt.
Which organ tastes like pickles? Did your appendix taste like pickles?
My appendix.
Or is that the table of contents?
So I'm thinking, is it like a muncho?
Appendix of the table of contents.
Hey, show them the chip.
Show them a chip, Jay.
It's almost like a rice cake.
That's what I was thinking of. The pop chips.
Say pot?
Popped. We've done some
Popped.
popped chips.
I think we've done a pop chip.
Yeah. They
It says
good?
get popping.
Pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Low in fat. Let me tell you what, this is a good during the week chip. We've talked about this before on the program. It's good to have a good during the week chip, maybe to have with a salad and some grilled chicken. And then on the weekend, you can have some hot wings and French fries. But during the week, maybe have a salad and some of these
And
chips.
onion rings.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Kind of what they taste like.
I bet
Good during the week chip.
I'm feeling it. I'm thinking this is a good dip chip.
And low in fat, man. That really blows me away. 2.5 grams for,
I think this would be good with some hummus.
yeah,
Get your vegan friends over
with a salad.
and listen to
They're
Cat
and-
Stevens.
Light and fresh. He's a Muslim.
On the beat train. I like Cat Stevens.
But he's a Muslim.
I don't care. He's a human being.
But in France, they killed all those people. The
Wow.
Muslims did.
Like 3 of them did.
Da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. That's what they said. And then they said, ooh la la.
Good chip.
Good chip. Great during the week chip. What's that number? Tell me about this now.
Oh, this is Pringles.
Yeah, this is just like a Pringles.
Oh, wait. This isn't Pringles.
No,
Do they have the right to do that? You know, Pringles
I don't
spent a
know.
lot of money.
They sure did.
I shouldn't say Pringles. It was your folks in Cincinnati. What's the company that has the witch and the devil symbol?
Whoa.
Procter and Gamble.
Procter and Gamble.
Yeah. Anyway, looks like a Pringle, but it's not. It's Sensible Portions is the company name, I believe.
What the hell was that?
I don't know. They're out of New York.
New York.
Manufactured for distribution by Hain Celestial Group.
Hain.
Celestial, hello. Product of Canada.
I didn't have enough subway tokens, so I had to get off of the G train and go up and get me a slice right on 59th in New York.
Are you eating sensibly? Let me ask you.
I'm gonna be able to fold my slice.
The combination of garden-grown potatoes, ripe vegetables, and the stackable shape makes these garden veggie chips fun to eat. Now you can satisfy your snack cravings in a smart and wholesome way.
This is one of my beefs from when I was a little kid, and it comes from the commercials of French's mustard is fun. French's mustard is fun. That was their ad campaign.
Chum is fun.
But have you ever put mustard on something and been like, this
is fun.
This sandwich is fun. I put this French's mustard. That's what they do on the commercial. As soon as they're putting mustard on it, they're going, everybody's shoving and laughing and mustard.
It's fun.
It's fun.
If you can have fun with mustard, you got it going on.
French's
So let's open this up. Hey, it looks like a Pringles can to me.
BBQ, as they say.
I wonder if you can do the cannon. You ever do a cannon? We ought to do that one night.
You mean that big fat guy with a mustache?
They don't do it. They don't make it much good anymore, but you make a cannon with these cans.
That made me nervous.
But they changed it because I think too many kids were doing that and pissing off their parents.
Yeah, you just made me nervous.
So let's try that. So here's what we have. It looks like a Pringle, but it looks like a beat up Pringle.
But it's squared off at the top.
Mine's burnt.
I like that burnt flavor.
That's like a Chipotle flavor.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
That's
Let me
great.
check. It says it's made with potatoes, sweet potatoes, carrots, pumpkin, and beets.
What?
That's right.
The white fruit represents. Man.
That's pretty good.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. That's good stuff.
Bears beets Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah. Man.
So if you're in the Wegmans area, I think probably another Wegmans.
Is that a Wegman chip?
No, but he probably bought it there.
He told me about it, but I don't remember what he said.
Sensible Portions Garden Veggie Chips.
Huh. Okay. That's good shit, though.
If you're in New York, check it out.
New York.
Canada company, by the way.
I like New York in June.
I'm gonna try two of these. I'm gonna try the puff chip and the stackable with the cheese dip, of course.
How about you? I like New York in June.
Oh.
How about Jews?
That's good.
Nope.
I got it on my knuckles.
Okay. All right. Hey, what a great chip chat. We got some great stuff. Thanks to Boss Man bringing some shit back from up north. New York. It's good shit, man. Good sodas, good chip. No. Woo. But nothing tastes like teeth when you regurgitate them. That's good. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I caught you in there, Jay. You see, I saw your face in there when I put the camera on you. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. I hope everybody enjoys all the 4 playoff games this weekend. It's going to be a good NFL weekend.
I'm gonna pull for the Panthers, I think.
I'm going to pull for the Panthers.
I think I'm gonna pull for the Panthers.
Carolina.
They have never, ever.
Carolina.
They've never beaten Seattle.
I'm not necessarily a Carolina Panthers fan, but I am this weekend. I'm going to pull on down for them. It's going to be a good time. And it's going to be tomorrow night, which means I may make some tacos and drink some beers, play some records while the game's on. I may flip this desk over just thinking about it. No, I'm not going to do that. Anyhow, thanks for joining us, everybody. For Jay.
I will say this: I'm not going to watch the Golden Globe Awards.
You're going to watch them?
No, I'm not.
No, you're going to watch them.
No, I'm not.
For Jay, Steve Fever, I'm Mikey Bananas. Thanks for joining us. Keep up with us on the YouTube and the Facebook. We'll catch you next week for a brand new Grown Man Record Night. keep hitting up the YouTube channel, and we appreciate each and every one of you. Y'all all our best damn friends for sure, for shit's sakes. And
Keep
so
the wheels spinning.
keep the wheel spinning.
And the girls grinning.
And the girls grinning. Or if you want to break it down to what we normally say here on the program, we always end every program with saying,
Bump, set, salvation!
and we'll see you next week.
I saw her walking on down the line.